We were mid-build and had just finished framing this project, and then Edison came out with a concern about an existing wire running across the property. At this point, the homeowner had already given up his lease and had nowhere else to go, so we had to figure it out. The homeowner owned a property with a front house he was already renting out. The income was there, but what he didn't have was a place to live on his own property. So the plan was simple: build a detached ADU in the back, 500 square feet, with 1 bedroom and 1 bath, move in, and keep collecting rent up front. The thing is that he had already talked to another contractor before he got to us. What they told him was that it wasn't going to be possible for the budget that he had. We took a look and knew that this was something that was doable. We just had to be smart about it and how we approached it. So we worked through it with him. We got aligned on the numbers and he signed with us. He gave up his lease, and that's when the deadline became real. He needed to be in by the end of April, and if we missed that, he's renewing a lease for another full year, paying rent somewhere else, while his own property sits unfinished. So that date did not just matter to him, but it mattered to us, because he had no backup plan. The approach was straightforward: 500 square feet, stick to the blueprint, and don't change the scope. That matters more than people think. When a budget is tight, the fastest way to blow it is changing your mind mid-project. One thing that really helped us here was that this owner knew what he wanted going in, from the finishes, colors, to the style. He had already decided before we even broken ground, and most people underestimate how much that matters. When a homeowner is undecided on finishes, this is where a project sits. You can't order material, you can't schedule anyone to come out and go do the work. One undecided decision can cost you a full week without realizing it. This guy had a clear vision, and all we needed to do was execute and move the project forward. So we're building, things are going well, and then Edison comes out. They showed up to do a height inspection after the framing was completed, and had one concern about an existing wire running across the property, where the new structure was going to interfere with it, and that's a serious thing. Now, Edison has the authority to stop your project, no questions asked. You can't go back and forth with them, and they're the ones who decide whether there's a conflict and the build has to stop until it gets resolved. So we had a frame structure, a homeowner with no lease, and a deadline to meet, and one open question from Edison. We let them do their inspection, answered everything they asked, gave them full access to the site, and they came back with their answer. And here it is: the build doesn't impact their infrastructure. So we were clear to continue. They cleared us with no changes and no extra cost. So we picked right back up where we left off. And that's really how you have to approach moments like this. You don't overreact, you let the process work, and you stay in your client's corner, and you just deal with it and keep going. Edison was handled, but city inspections added a month to the timeline. And here's the honest reality of that, and why you want to understand it. We can control almost everything on our end, from the crews to the materials. What we can't control is when a city inspector gets to your project. They have their own calendar, and if they're backed up, your job site has to wait. Doesn't matter how clean the work is, it's just how the system works. And right now, with 80 applications up across SoCal, inspection schedules are stretched. We built buffer into the plan for exactly this reason. Deadline hit the buffer, but we still managed to hit the deadline. And here's where we sit today: 500 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, all permitted, and kept it all within the budget. And the best part, we were able to hit the deadline. Here's a review from our client: my ADU is finally done. I want to thank Brady and Jerry for guiding me through the process. They were professional, knowledgeable, and patient. I knew nothing about construction and city permits. So yes, I asked a lot of questions, and they explained and handled everything. I got other quotes, and they gave me the best deal. If you have a project in mind, definitely give these guys a call. So what should you take from this? Number one, something will come up on your project. It always does. Inspectors are flagging things back and forth. There will be a moment where something needs to be addressed that nobody planned for. What matters is how your contractor handles it. Do they bring you a problem, or do they bring you a plan? On this build, every time something came up, we came to our homeowner with an option. And that's a standard we hold ourselves to here at the ADU Builder. Number two, know what you want before you start. Finishes, colors, and materials should be already decided. The sooner the choices are made, the more time, money, and confusion you save later. Number three, build in contingency. Now, this project stayed on budget because we planned for the unexpected before it even happened. If you're thinking about building an ADU in SoCal, the first step is just sitting down with us. We begin by understanding your property, your budget, and your timeline. From there, we provide a clear, honest assessment of what's truly possible for your specific lot. We serve homeowners throughout LA, Long Beach, Orange County, and the surrounding areas. So feel free to click on the link below or send us a direct DM on Instagram at the ADU Builder.